Now, I wish we could show people how many people are lined up to see you outside right now. I don't think I've seen it this busy.
Where?
It's just right up there. There's a line.
Oh, really?
Really? It's
Oh,
lined up
we haven't
completely
looked.
around the block, and it seems to be like that everywhere you guys go. Do you guys have disguises yet? Like, have you had to go incognito anywhere?
I've always felt like I would feel a bit of an idiot if I did, but I'd quite like to try it. Like, imagine me just with a blonde, curly wig or something like that. I think that'd be funny.
I just picture, like, you know that scene from Austin Powers when he's running down the street and there's like the crowd of women. I'm sure you've heard the Beatles comparison before, but you're getting the same level of attention, I would say.
I mean, that's such a massive statement to even be compared to the Beatles. You know, probably the best boy band ever. So it's almost it's a lot of pressure when someone gives you that comparison. But you know, we're just doing what we love, and you know, it's nice. Like I say, we're doing what we love doing.
We just kind of roll with it as well. You know, like obviously we're really new to this, so we don't know much about it. But like, we're just kind of go with it, like, don't we? We don't think about it too much. We just kind of go with it.
I think we've all said it'd be so much. This whole thing would be so much harder on your own because you know there's so much travelling involved, and I imagine it would get quite lonely and quite a little bit bored. But obviously, you know we've got each other, we have a laugh, and we keep each other grounded. You know.
It seems like you guys like to have a laugh at each other's expense quite often.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
What are some of the worst pranks you've pulled on each other throughout this tour?
Well, not throughout this tour, but just about a month before we started the tour, Niall was queuing up for a burger and I pulled his trousers down.
In the middle of the burger shop?
In the middle of the burger shop.
See, what would have happened though if someone had taken a picture of that? It would have been all over the news.
That would have been terrible, but luckily they didn't.
I don't mind if anything like that. Like if pictures go out like that, I don't mind. I think it's quite funny.
Fair enough. I think when it's like most like crazy is when, like, say we drive off in the car. And like if people chase after the car and they're like whacking on the windows and...
Yeah. I'm really, really claustrophobic. I absolutely hate tight spaces, so it doesn't help.
Like France was quite crazy.
France was crazy for us. Like we went to Paris and we got off, we came out of the station and it was like people everywhere. Liam lost his shoe, Zayn got knocked over, so it was all a bit crazy.
It's exciting though.
I have to ask, is Simon Cowell a mean person?
I was asked this.
He scares the shit out of me.
He's not. You know what it is? He knows how to make good TV.
Yeah.
Because people won't know if he was bitter if they didn't watch the show. So you know he knows how to make good TV. But he's a really nice guy, really easy to talk to. He's got a really good sense of humour.
The thing is with Simon, he's not necessarily that mean. He's just completely honest and says what he thinks, you know. And that's why everyone, when they go on the show, you know, his opinion is one of the most that counts really, because he's honest. It'd be a different world if everyone was like that. I'm telling you.
That's true, Louis.
Well, I apologize if you've heard all this before, because you've released the album in the UK, but it comes out for us on the 13th of March.
Yes.
Correct, yeah.
The X Factor process must have been insane. From then till now and having the physical copy, the CD, you know, what's the experience been like?
It's almost like, we always say, it's almost like you feel like those people on the front of there like aren't us. It's almost like,
we always say it.
Even when you hear yourself on the radio, it's like, you can't really put that connection together because everything's still so surreal at the moment. It was the same when we first saw the copy of the single on the album, you know. Yeah, I think we're all a bit, still getting used to it. I don't know if we ever will, to be honest.
No.
I'd say that actually, because we came straight out of school, really, to having absolutely no responsibility whatsoever, you kind of learn how to...
Be more independent.
Yeah, be more independent. Independence is definitely a big thing. So obviously our mum used to iron our clothes and make our
dinners and stuff.
Yeah, so...
Now we live on our own and we do everything for ourselves, so that's a big change. Independence.
Do you guys cook for each other ever?
Harry's done a couple of times.
Yeah, Harry cooks every now and
Harry's
again. Our diet's not great, so sometimes we go for the fast food option.
A lot of fast. Like this is a perfect example of what we are. We won a Brit Award last week, like the most like prestigious night of the year, and then we went to drive-through McDonald's straight after.
Oh yeah!
Stop.
Yeah.
What do you order, I guess, is my go-to is always a Big Mac, but that's boring.
Yeah, I went quarter pounder with cheese that time and 6 nuggets and a double cheeseburger.
The thing is, with a Big Mac, you can't fault it. You know what you're getting.
It's got everything in it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But I would think that you guys would be going out for like filet mignon or like celebrating. And
I think that's kind of like half the appeal with us, that we literally are just completely normal, silly teenagers, you know.
Yeah,
Except for
exactly.
I'm not a teenager anymore, which makes me very depressed.
Yeah.
I'm now 20.
Well, you guys are adults now. I mean, turning 18
No
is really,
way.
that makes you a full-blown adult.
We refuse to believe it.
In the eyes of the law, I mean, you're accountable for all your own actions.
No way, no
Jeez.
way.
That's too much independence for me.
Yeah, there's a line.
I have to go to Twitter. We promised your fans that we'd ask a couple Twitter questions.
Of course.
Do you know how many times people ask me to ask you to take off your shirt? And as a man, to ask you that question, you know how weird that is? I'm not going to make you do it, but I'm just saying.
We get a lot of marriage proposals as well.
Marriage proposals, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They're a big one.
Yeah.
I've got about 7 wives at this stage.
Yeah, yeah. He's not gone through with the wedding just yet, but just sorting the legal things out, you know.
I might have to get them annulled before we get married. It's not good, man.
So the Twitter questions we have, one of them comes from all of SK. If you could add a 6th member to the band, who would it be and why? And you get to pick any singer, celebrity in the entire world.
I'm thinking red-haired man.
So am I.
Okay, let's go with him.
Do you guys know? Yeah, Ed Sheeran's big over here.
Ed
right?
Sheeran. He's a big artist in the UK at the moment. Ginger guy, just stands there, him and a guitar, and he's got
Genius.
one of the best voices.
Singer-songwriter, genius.
That's amazing. What would you do before going on stage? Do you have any rituals or routines?
We kind of like have a band huddle and just like, you know, little words of good luck to each other.
A few private jokes.
Yeah, drink lots of water, bit of Red Bull if
I like lemon
feeling
ginger
tired.
tea.
Diva.
That's good, yeah.
That's good, man. It's good for you.
Yeah.
Only orange M&Ms, no other colors.
No more. No.
And last Twitter question, we want to know if you ever expected to be where you are now, and that comes from Andy Johnson.
No way.
I think we can all agree that when we first stood on that stage in our first audition, you know, we had no idea where we'd end up, and you know, a lot of us have said that we entered it for an experience, and now we're here. So, you know, we're all just very, very grateful to have been given this opportunity. Happy days.
And if you had to pick a favorite song off the album, I know they're all like your babies, which one is your personal favorite and why?
I'm gonna go One Thing.
The new one?
And it's absolutely amazing.
I'm gonna go for, it's not just on this album, it's on the limited edition, and it's a song that was written by Ed Sheeran actually, and it's called Moments.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. Next time when you come back, you got to help me get some more Twitter followers, because right now I'm stuck in the basement. You guys are like 1 million Twitter followers apiece now. And
We'll try.
thank you very much. I really